Diolch yn fawr iawn Gareth, a croeso i'r Eidal. Mae wedi dechrau cymylu dros yma, a fi'n siŵr bydd y Scarlets yn falch iawn o hynny, oherwydd wrth bod nhw yn cynnesu. Cynnesu oedd y gair iawn, oedd hi'n grasboeth yma gynnau. Ond mae wedi bod yn bwrw glaw yn drwm bore yma, dros nos.
Welsh international, Jonathan Thomas.
Good afternoon.
And amongst the World Cup games, another round of the PRO12. And for the Scarlets, they're playing against the team who are desperate for a victory against the Welsh region, because they're the only Welsh region they haven't beaten. So it'll never be an easy game in Italy, and they know that the Scarlets will certainly be up against it.
Yeah, I think 2 great wins for the Scarlets so far this season. They're building real momentum. You can never take your eye off the ball when you go to Italy. As much as they've been almost whipping boys over the years, it's still a potential banana skin. So the Scarlets will have to be on top of their game.
Well, Roger Williams, 9. Looking to introduce this ball. Mr. Phillips just making sure that everything is right with this first scrum. Such an important part of the game nowadays.
Andy, Rob Evans scrummaged so well against Ulster when he came on, and he's going to be a key player for them here today.
Well, it's gone backwards. Backs under a little bit of pressure as Zebre come forward. Well cleared up, they will be there at the base for Williams. Through the hands. It's dropped though. But they'll go back for a penalty. Well, setting the stall out early, saying to Eduardo Padovani, I asked you to get back, you didn't go. Simple as that. And that's what the Scarlets have to do. They have to keep their discipline against the Italians, get a structure in place and build.
Yeah, I think John Barkley spoke in the pre-match interview, and probably the one fault in the Scarlets so far, the discipline hasn't been great. Quite a lot of yellow cards. We've spoken at length about how good they are at the breakdown, with the likes of Barkley and James Davis, but sometimes that can go against them because they compete so heavily. They do give penalties away, so I'm sure it's something they've worked heavily on.
Good ball off the top. The first throw from Phillips, and behind, the precision not there. Scramble ball now. Costello, the centre. Chases his own kick, makes the tackle on Williams. And it'll be his namesake, Rodri, now. Daniel Jones indeed coming in. His scrum half was tied up. There's no 9 there. He does eventually arrive. Looking just to clear the line, surely. Deep kick, well fielded, inside Bellini. 24 caps for Italy, so plenty of experience for the winger.
Go! 2 move! Good.
Emma Phillips in there making a tackle. Good build-up play now from Zebre. Little flick off the floor from Suto, the second row. And they're rewarded with a penalty.
5 and 3, don't take the lazy route.
Well,
okay, don't take the space here.
Just having a go at Tom Price and just taking the lazy route, presumably he's meaning he's just slowly retreating, getting in the way, making a nuisance of himself, and it's a fine line, isn't it?
It is a fine line, and it's unfortunate because first of all you saw Shingler coming in, the kick and chase. Shingler came in and counter-rucked, disrupted, potential slow ball, and then, but it is a fine line, and this is where the Scarlets have, it's probably the biggest work on, like we mentioned today. It's really difficult because coaches will speak all week about showing that urgency in defence, line speed, disrupting ball, but it's that fine line between that and then overstepping the mark and being ill-disciplined. So it's about getting that balance.
Well, despite having plenty of players unavailable to the World Cup, I think it's 9 from the Zebras and 7 for the Scarlets. There's still a host of international players on display. But the first opportunity of points will go to the Italians, and it'll come via the boot of outside half Eduardo Padovani. Covered the game at the beginning of September when Zebre played against Cardiff Blues. In the first 20-25 minutes, with a host of permit players, it was all about the Zebre. But that shades the left hand upright, and the Scarlets will begin again with a dropout.
I think you're right, Andy. I think, you know, the first 20-30 minutes are always the toughest when you go over to Italy. The Scarlets will be looking to get the building blocks of their game in place, you know, good defence, set piece, and almost take the steam out of the Italians. And then I think they know they've got the footballing ability in the second half to exploit them when they're tired.
Well, little pick up and go through the middle. Pratichetti. And a very, very sensible kick if that stays in field, but just too far. Shepherded over that line by Jordan Williams. And because the ball has gone dead in goal, they'll go all the way back to where the ball was kicked. It was the right idea because the Scarlets were up very quickly. There was space in behind their line.
Seconds, please.
You mentioned the players away, Andy. Still a strong-looking Scarlets pack. There's real good balance there. Obviously, the youngsters like Rob Evans, Emmet Phillips, but some good experience here as well. Barkley, Shingler, and the like. George Earle.
Well, there's still 7 internationals, and that again, the bounce just favoured Matteo Bellini. And the clearance kick coming in doesn't find touch. Williams begins again. High ball this time. Over the top. A little bit of kick in tennis, and that's sliced away into touch. So it's a net gain.
I think the interesting thing there you saw from the Scarlets was they had a lot of players in the backfield. So they've obviously identified that Zebre kick a lot. Now, the interesting thing, if Zebre, if they notice that, then you'd think that would lend itself to playing a little bit more in their own half, because it's just impossible to keep kicking the ball with the amount of players in the backfield. I think the Scarlets had 4 players there in the backfield.
Oh, well, despite going slightly shorter and rearranging the line out, it was pinched at the front. High ball from Fabio Simonzato, the Italian scrum half. Tiny Thakibau not able to take it. Pick up by the captain, Biaggi. And it's a little bit frenetic out, isn't it? No one really taking the game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, just a few basic errors so far early on in the game. Obviously, Scarlets will be disappointed with that. It's probably, I think, the height on Shingler was good there in the line. It was just the execution of the throw, just underthrown. I think Zebre only had really a one-man lift.
Thank you.
I love that. Referee speaking to a English-speaking front row, an Italian-speaking front row. None of them are listening. They all nod their heads. Simonzato then to feed the scrum. It's a fairly proficient scrum. Coming around the far side. Shingler just trying to put his boot in. It's, I think that's the international sign for dropping the scrum.
Yeah,
Talk us through this one.
A good scrum there by Zebre. I think you could just see the pressure that Rob Evans came in under. He turned his hips and he just rolled around. And that's obviously, I think there was a lot of talk about Marler, hasn't there? There was in the last week, and Marler was doing the same for England yesterday. And that just shows the pressure that they're under there. So good signs early on there for Zebre.
Yesterday? What happened yesterday? Well, another opportunity for Padovani.
No, time. Yeah, sorry.
Tough kick again. Probably, judging by the last effort, right on the edge of his range. Nigh on perfect conditions at Stadio Sergio Lanfranchi. Certainly a better looking strike. Ah, very good. Straight through the uprights. Zebre opened the scoring through the boot of that man there, outside half, Paravani. It's Zebre 3, Scarlets 0.
Left or right? Okay. Okay, but
10 minutes into the game now. I think the big thing for the Scarlets now, they just need to start imposing their game on the Italians, and you know, they really need to just stop giving away these silly penalties, because Scarlets is such a good team, but they're just allowing Zebre into the game with those couple of penalties early on. And a great opportunity here now for them to build.
Well, it was a very good take from their South African number, Idris van Schalkwyk, from the kickoff, from the restart. And then just look for that little inside ball to Tommaso Dapice. And the hooker almost in. Very good play from the front row. Andrea Lavotti looking for that inside ball.
this isn't going to happen every scrum. I've set my mark. I want you both to respect it. Yes, sir. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Oh, it's a better scrum from the Scarlets. Gives Williams the opportunity to set that back line moving. Ball is there, that's quicker.
Oh, okay, ball was out.
Good offload, Barkley takes it up, met by his opposite number, Van Schalkwyk. Oh, a lovely offload. I think that was Emma Phillips. Hooker did exceptionally well. But holding on, so important that if you go into ground, the next man has to come in, clear out the jackal up.
Yeah, I think it's just so far that the last few phases, it's the agency of the Scarlet support players. In attack, they're looking good. Their shape is good. Barkley here takes a little while for the support to get to him. Lucky they got away with it, but you know, again, you could hear the Scarlet support runner calling tip. It was good play. It was good structure. It was just they just needed to be more urgent getting those supporters to the breakdown. It's smashing rucks.
Well, Barkley did well actually. He rode the tackle, didn't he? The tackler come on to him and then placed the ball back. Just bought himself a little extra time for those support players to arrive. Middle ball this time.
It's good pressure there from the Scarlets. You know, they didn't get up and they didn't spoil, but it's just that, it's that perceived pressure that's so difficult, and it spoils the drill on the other side. When a hooker sees a team competing like this, it just makes him try to hit double top, and it's just, it doesn't affect the line itself, but it just affects the delivery, and it's really good play by the Scarlets.
Okay, good man.
Well, again, they'll go out the 15 metres. Begin again with a scrum.
Crouch.
A lot better scrum the last one from Rob Evans. Stayed much squarer, his hips were square.
Makes such a difference for a halfback.
Scrum's still such an important part of the game, Mauro, isn't it? You know, we spoke about England last night. England almost they fell apart, didn't they, in the last sort of 10-15 minutes, and it just shows what an impact it still has on the game.
I speak to any prop, I'll tell you, that's where it begins and ends. Inroads into that Zebre defence by Fijian international Tangi Thakipau.
It wasn't a maul, the legs are on the ground. Tackle.
There we are.
Right, give it as an unplayable.
Unplayable, deems Mr. Phillips, the referee. Yeah, wasn't a maul, it was a ruck.
The key thing there was he hadn't called maul. I think Scarlett's slightly lucky to get away with that, but
do you want to come in field
other referees may have called maul, and
but that's all I need to hear.
Another opportunity here for them to build.
Okay, let's go.
Well, that's Semenzato, the Italian scrum half.
Don't stray too far under.
Come in and out of the Italian squad. Many feel he's slightly unfortunate not to have made their World Cup campaign.
Bind. Set.
Well, tackles fairly even. This stage of the game, coming up to the quarter of an hour.
Great scrum there from Scarlets.
Gives you such a great attacking base. Williams. Runners coming in, offering themselves to the scrum half. And again, good play from Phillips, rides the tackle from Matteo Patachetti. But isolated, and again, you have to say, they know now that Dudley Phillips, the referee, a couple of times he's done that. He's going to be consistent. You know, support players have to come in.
And the key thing there is the chop tackle, isn't it? We see it all the time, Dan did yet. It's well seen and well documented in the modern game, but the chop tackle, it just gets played to the ground that much quicker, and it allows people to get over the ball. Zebre, as you mentioned, Mauro, early on in this game, they've set this stall out and they're really competing hard in the breakdown. The flip side of that is, like we spoke about, the Scarlets have got to be more urgent. They're just getting isolated, one-off runners in contact, and they've just got to get in. I always look at it, I think it's the front five, you know. When you look at the best teams with the best front fives, the work rate they have is huge at smashing rucks. The likes of Alan Wynne-Jones, the reason why they have the reputation they do is because of the amount of urgency they show at smashing rucks.
And obviously the other thing they have to do is that jump in the middle of the line out. Ably supported invariably by their front row. Cavalry arrives. Just basically edging forward now. Tommaso Da Pice, the hooker. Simonzato, flat ball, right on the gain line. Tackles made. And again, well, as you have to say, it is consistency, and that's all you can ask for as a player.
You're dead right there. Good consistency shown from the referee, but James Davis, just how quick was he on the ball there? He's so strong. We just spoke about the Scarlets getting isolated, Zebre, they're getting isolated, and you just can't do that with the likes of Barkley and James Davis.
Well, it was
so good over the ball.
They were like a tag team, didn't they? Barkley makes the tackle, flat ball from Simonzato. They find Costello, Barkley makes the tackle, and there he is, James Davis.
And it's interesting that, you know, the interpretation of the rules now, that you can't do the neck roll anymore. So when someone like James Davis gets over the ball, it's nigh on impossible to get rid of him when he's in that position.
Change of tactics, and that's, well, the referee was bellowing, winger stop.
You were ahead of the kicker, I called you to stop, you didn't go.
Well, in fairness, he did call him to stop. Michael Tangithakibau going at a rate of knots. I was going to say, it looked like Caravani was shaping the kick to the corner there, and yet he's kicked one from further than this. So it would have been a surprise. They've changed their mind. They'll now have a shot at goal.
You've got a minute. Okay, speed the process up, please. No, thank you.
I think it's interesting the call you make here, because it is a difficult kick. Now, he's obviously the captain's backing his kicker. But I just feel as a captain sometimes, early on in the game, 18 minutes into the game, you know, Zebre back their maul. I just think it's a position where you've got to set your stall out. You go to the corner and back your maul and try and, you know, stamp your authority on the game more. I don't know your thoughts.
No, don't disagree with that at all.
But if he kicks it, then
he's a hero.
Then he's a hero, of course, yeah.
Trying to think of a game where there was a big decision where someone kicked to the corner or went for goal.
The context was slightly different.
It'll come to me. Well, it was a difficult kick. It has missed by a considerable margin. I suppose the flip side of that now is that they will regain possession. You'd expect the Scarlets to go longer from this dropout.
Yeah, I just feel it more. I just think the maul, especially in the modern game, the way it's refereed, is so difficult to defend. I just think you've got to be bold sometimes and just, you know, set your stall out, go to the corner and back yourself.
Simonzato, a lovely run. Plenty of big guys come in and offer themselves. Praniketti spilt the ball. Well, it's not like him. Again, another international. 24 caps in the centre. On that occasion,
time off.
It was that man again, wasn't it? James Davis. Work rate is phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw Pocock and Hooper last night. How much work they get through is just phenomenal, and you wouldn't quite put James Davis in that category just yet, but still a similar sort of player. Huge work rate and just so many involvements in the game.
Well, it's Earl there. I think he was keen to continue.
A few minutes ago, right middle of the field, you went to clean a player out, and he stepped back. Yeah, just okay. That's why you.
I'm sure the medical staff were happy with that. Okay. He'll be assessed.
Are we sub on?
Good refereeing from Phillips as well. A little bit of downtime, just having the word outside, chatting to a few players.
Time on.
I think as a player, it's just common sense. I liked what Dudley Phillips had to say there, and I think sometimes where it becomes difficult for referees is when they almost take that headmaster approach and they don't want to talk and they just send you back 10 metres. But I just think when there's downtime in games like ours, a break in play, just that sort of feedback is key to maintain the sort of tempo and continuity in the game.
9. This way and wait for it. Okay, well, last time you were.
It's the areas of play being shown there, so as you'd expect this stage of the game, fairly central.
Set!
Well, that surely hasn't come out, and the referee agrees. Well, he
binding, back row.
Hasn't given it for that, he's given it for back row not binding, but I presume he thought that Fabio Simonzato was part of the back row. Well, Tom Phillips has come on to replace Earl. Just be able to confirm that. Well, it's a big protocol now, as we see that scrum again.
Okay.
Well, he's right, the open side, Johan Meyer, wasn't bound, but it was the scrum half who picked the ball out of the scrum from the feet of John Barkley.
Line it over.
Overthrow. Capiche takes it forward. Simonzato finds Meyer. Little bit of width. Costello takes it in. Well marshalled by the Scarlets defence.
It's just where the Scarlets have got to be clean now. I think, again, yeah, Zebre have kicked there. When they go through phase play in the middle third, they're not going to really threaten the Scarlets' defensive line. So they don't need to over-compete. Just let them play and maintain your defensive line.
Don't go too early, 12.
Well, Zebre putting a little bit of width on the ball this time. Tackle coming in. Good work from Tom Price, the second row. He did well to drag down Kel Van Zyl.
Great work by Barkley in the breakdown.
Get up.
Rodri Williams. Barkley does very well. Ball is there.
Advantage over.
Great miss pass at Thakibau. There's an opportunity here now for the Fijian winger, wrapped up by Padovani. Should come back to Scarlets with that hand, puts the ball out. Costello comes over the top.
You've driven through and gone up.
Well, I think he's right. I think he came through the middle, which he was quite entitled to do, but then went off his feet. Lovely, lovely pass, though, to Michael Tangi Thakibau.
The key thing is choice. The choice out the back. Great play. Taji Thakibau in acres of space. Again, perhaps just the body height of the Scarlets. Support players could have been lower.
I had a similar conversation.
Just gave them an opportunity, but went off his feet.
A situation here where your player drove past. He then put his hands on the ground, but there's nobody there to play it on. Just make sure we're staying up, okay?
Again, I like this decision from the Scarlets going to the corner.
Let me get out of the way first of all.
Setting this stall out.
Well, they're riding the momentum, aren't they? Just had a great little bit of play.
Advantage.
Now taking that forward, playing a penalty advantage. Ball's at the back now, Phillips. Drive is good. It's a replacement, Tom Phillips this time. Now they've got to work that ball to the back. It'll be Rodri Williams who'll be organising now, the scrum half. It'll break off the front from Evans. A metre short. Good slip pass then to Shingler. Still going. Ball is spilled. Call was to move, though, from Dries van Schalkwijk.
Time off.
Now, this could be interesting. 5 metres from the line. He's had a yellow card in the last two games.
3 advantages in that short space of play. 4 white pulling it down in the line out. 4 white pulling the maul down. And then you on the ground and you've slapped it. That's cynical and professional.
Oh, make that a hat-trick. Not a great record.
I think it's what I was speaking about earlier. The maul is such a difficult thing to defend, and if you can just set your stall out, go to the corner and start, it's so difficult to defend. Teams are going to give penalties away.
Yeah, you're three there.
And then what it does, it just
in the air.
It sets an impression in the referee's mind that Scarlets then become the dominant side, you know. And it's all about creating these impressions on the referee. And now, man in the bin, great opportunity.
Well, Zebre didn't even begin to challenge that. Scarlets, simple ball to the front. Now they've got a little bit of control. Banda brings it down. It's come out, and that's Meyer.
Number 9. Oh. You've had one in the bin. It's a deliberate action, okay? Be very careful,
well, I have to say, he said, you've had one in the bin, that's a deliberate action. 2 meters from the line, that's a yellow card.
We see that from referees sometimes, don't we? They're reluctant to give a second yellow immediately after a first yellow. But I think that the last lineup, Scarlets went to the front, quite an easy place to defend. And an underthrow there by Emma Phillips.
It's confidence, isn't it? So he wanted a confident throw there. Timing was right.
I think what you find from hookers sometimes is because teams really compete 5 meters out, they tend to get in a little bit of a comfort zone as a hooker, as a thrower, because they just underthrow because they don't expect that competition. But good play by Zebre actually to compete.
Okay, yellow, let's go.
But that's where it just shows you've got to throw to the top of the jump every time.
6. One of you go. 2, drop.
Well, the referee's calling. It could be playing it's Davis. Offloads to Williams inside to Tekibau. Davis is there to clear out. Williams, a little bit scrappy. He finds Rob Evans. It's gone backwards. Emma Phillips this time takes it forward. Paravani comes in.
There's only one in the ruck there from the Scarlets. Rodri Williams had to go in, I think.
You've got side entry. That's the gate, not that.
Well, I think he's spot on.
Number 2, side entry.
I think he's spot on.
It's the correct decision, Mauro, but I just think where the Scarlets have got to be careful is they've got this intent to play, but as a front 5, you've still got to commit players to the contact area. You know, Rodri Williams have to go in there and clear up. We've seen they're a little bit slow to the breakdown so far. I think that's the main thing the coaches will probably be speaking about half-time, is just, you know, showing that urgency to get that mindset to get to ruck and just get numbers to create that quick ball. I think that's probably the biggest sticking point for the Scarlets at the moment.
I think that was too good an opportunity, though, to miss for the Scarlets. They don't want to come away with nothing. Had one go at the line-out. Decided now they'll go through the boot of Dan Jones. Scored 20 points so far. 6 penalties on the lone conversion. And it'll be a hard-fought 3 points. You have to say credit Zebre's defence. 1 man down, number 8, Dries van Schalkwijk in the bin.
He played very well in the victory over Ulster. He showed composure way beyond his years. Dan Jones, he looks like a very promising young player. You're only giving the penalties
away down here as well, okay? So there's a trend there.
These games that take place when the Rugby World Cup is on gives other players within your squad the opportunity. Only 4 years ago, a certain Rhys Webb started performing for the Ospreys and performed very well. He did indeed. And we all know what happens there. I think there's been a reversal of the substitution. I think that Earl is back on and Phillips will take his place back on the bench. Big hoik downfield from Tekibau. Zebre come in field and do likewise. That man Dan Jones again, just comfortable.
Bring them back to you,
Positioned himself very, very well. And just wait for his players to get behind the ball. Don't understand why you tap that when he gives you an opportunity to drop it.
Go for
high ball. Williams spins, turns, tackled by Dapiche. Here the call with Davis. Gareth Owen comes in. fills the role of half-back. You see open side Davis on his feet again. You're out of the game if you're on the floor. Straight back into it. It's better ball for Williams. Jones. Ball is pulled back through the hands. First time really the Scarlets put anything meaningful together behind. Pratikatti making a real nuisance of himself, forces the turnover. Simonzato, it's an opportunity now for Bellini. And the left winger will go all the way. And that's a little bit of sloppy play from the Scarlets, JT.
Yeah, coaches always say turnover ball is the most dangerous and it's the best ball to attack from. And again, you know, I think the Scarlets showed some good intent there in the middle third to play. They went through some good phases, but there has to be a strategy to get out. You can't just keep playing. Eventually got turned over, and they executed that well, Zebre.
Well, 2 passes, I think, is the general rule of thumb. If you can get a turnover ball, you can get 2 quick passes in. He won on this occasion, but it was Fabio Simonzato. Saw that opportunity down the blind side, as you would expect from an international scrum half. And then Mattia Bellini played all the games so far for this season, all against Welsh opposition. Oh, ball strikes the upright, but after another venture into the Scarlets 22 and with a man down, that man there, Mattia Bellini, goes over for the opening try of the game. And it's Zebre 8, right. Scarlets 3.
Left, right, okay.
Deeper ball this time from Jones.
Very different Zebre side, more to the one we saw at the Arms Park, that pretty much capitulated in that second half, and it was you know.
I think in fairness, I think they had 8 permit players. As you say, for 20-25 minutes, they were certainly good for it. But then the structure of the Blues changed, and they were more precise in their actions.
And I think that's the key thing. I think the Scarlets definitely look the better side. There's error and there's ill-discipline in the game. If they can just keep hold of the ball and create that pressure, again, it's these little fine errors. Just stops you, you know, it stops that momentum in your game that's so frustrating for coaches.
And that is a prime example. Good ball off the top to Davis. Davis finds a scrum half, Williams. And that is just overrun by Gareth Owen. And Rodri Williams feeds him the ball. And it's a good attack. And they're just gone forward.
Okay.
I have to say that Tommaso da Pice, the hooker, is right in the thick of everything from Zebre. And as you'd expect, Italian forwards are always going to make it difficult for you. Yeah, we see Mattia Bellini running in. Apologies if you picked up any fruity language. Put it down the excitement of the game. But offload from Simonzato. Bellini races over. Sort of ball a winger loves to get.
Good talk from the Scarlets though about you know, being aware that the Zebre is still a man down. Just talking about trying to exploit that, increase the intensity levels, and stop making errors.
Well, that was a scrum with the help of Matteo Pratikatti, the centre.
Yes,
comes to nothing.
Shoulder. No arm in that to move him, okay? Now hang on, 13. I want to see the arm of that, not just the shoulder, okay?
Fairness, he is a centre. Coming off the back of that scrum would have been a shell shock in itself.
Pardon? He signalled, yeah. Is for what? Half time? No, we've only played 33. 4 hours, 4 hours, 8.
There's a little bit of hope there, I think, from the Zebre. Who was that half time? And I tell you what I like then, Dan Jones just said to Dudley Phillips as he signalled, there was a little bit of space in behind the Zebre. And he's just asked, has he signalled to the
That's
post?
for
He's
me,
thinking,
that scrum,
if I hadn't,
both front rows came, is something
well,
similar
on
to
my
earlier
way.
on, in my opinion, as the ball came out. I'd have only reset that one anyway.
It's great to see that from young players. That's what you want from young players, is to have that game awareness,
No, you can't.
especially as a 10.
I know, yeah.
Again, go back to what you were saying earlier about 4 years. Dan Bigger, very confident youngster, and now a very, very accomplished international footballer.
Tipperick, Bigger, Webb, Ashley Beck, all those guys got opportunities 4 years ago, have all come through to be international players. And you look at the likes of Jordan Williams, Dan Jones, you know, the list goes on, Rob Evans, Emma Phillips, all these guys, James Davis, big opportunities for these guys.
Absolutely, and that was a confident strike, talking of it, from Dan Jones. Doubles his and the Scarlets' point tally. Zebre 8, Scarlets 6, just the one try in the game. To Bellini, winning 14, but out on the left wing. One penalty from outside half, Eduardo Padovani. And 2 penalties in response from Dan Jones. That was an incredible take.
2, 3, now, yeah.
It was Jordan Williams. Not conventional, but certainly did the job. It's a high tackle there. Meyer takes it forward, Semenzato, good wide ball to his...
That's forward.
Oh.
High tackle here.
Such a live wire at the base, isn't he, Fabio Semenzato? And that was a good run from Dries van Schalkwijk.
High tackle, keep it down.
Yeah, I think it was Shingler there with the high tackle. And again, yeah, we talk about building pressure here, we can see it. Yeah, this is the forward part.
What are we doing?
It's unlucky because
Pass me.
he was through. He was one-on-one with the fullback.
You had that pass there, also the pass that I think came from Gareth Owen to... But there's the high tackle arm. Nothing, there's nothing malicious in it. It's just, and I understand the rhetoric. I understand why it's to get everybody tackling below the shoulder, round the waist, to make it safer. So, whilst it's sometimes you see a high tackle given and you think, well, there's not an awful lot in that. It's more to get into the habit, isn't it, as opposed to actually, well, there wasn't an awful lot of damage done there. Well, going back to what I say, that pass we saw from Semenzato to his number 8, and I think it was the pass from Gareth Owen to Michael Tangitheki. But there's a time and a place for a missed pass, and both those occasions, that was it. The pass beats the defender. Sometimes we just push the ball wide for the sake of it. Well, that's both bars that have been hit. It was a very good strike.
Stop.
Certainly had the legs. Van Schalkwijk. Then it's high ball, slightly vertical, not as far as they hoped. Williams does well at scrum half, realises there's no fullback there, puts it downfield. That's no mean kick either, in fairness. I like that play, though, from Rodri Williams.
Fair crosses the line.
We see that kick again from Kelvin Zhao.
In my book, stop does not mean slow. It means slow, stop, not slow down.
Short line out again. Got a Shingler, takes it at the back with ease. He's a good athlete. Very comfortable with the ball in hands. They'll go to the box on the high ball from Williams. Slightly too long. It's well fielded. Little bit of width now. Scarlets come in. Players jam in on the ball. That was great support.
Look forward to me.
Oh, Williams read that very well, the scrum half. Davis plays 9. Barkley, little bit of width. King, unlike him, bouncing ball. Or a little bit laboured, really, from the Scarlets. Looking to push the ball wide, but the passing wasn't crisp, it wasn't precise. And as a consequence...
Bouncing ball, yeah. The players look a little bit fatigued, don't they? They look, you know, I don't know how humid it is out there, but they just look a little bit sluggish at the moment. And I think, you know, whether it's international level and you play against Italy or you play against these teams, Zebre, Treviso, coaches always speak about playing at a high intensity, high ball in play, and the Italians will tire. And I just think the Scarlets have probably just got to raise those intensity levels slightly. They're almost playing the game at the Italians' pace.
Yeah, it's amazing how you do that. You only need to look at Wales against Fiji. How easy is it to get sucked into playing as the opposition play?
Let's use it!
Impressive scrum again. Van Schalkwijk off the base. He finds Costello. Pushes it back to his outside half, Padovani. Little dancing feet. Davis makes the tackle. Semenzato. Costello again, the centre.
Tackle move!
George Earl is screamed at by the referee to move. Good work then from the captain, Biaggi. Padovani bisects. Well, I was about to say, he was very quick then. Bellini, it was a very, very good kick. Bisects Jordan Williams and Mike Tiny Peckybout. And there is time for the, well, it should be time for a line out.
Superb build-up play from Zebre and a good kicking strategy. Perfectly placed kick. And he just, Jordan Williams just steps onto the line, onto the whitewash. And here, 1 minute before half-time, driving line out. This is a key moment in the game.
Yeah, Jordan Williams doing his best to keep that ball in field under pressure from the try scorer Bellini.
Come down, free take him.
Go long.
Line out over.
Oh, over the top. Davis clears up, finds his captain, Barkley. Sets the ball for Williams. Now, there are numbers out there. King.
Rock! Outside!
Ball is outside, so they cannot kick directly to touch now. So they go via scrum half, Rodri Williams.
Carry back.
It's gone straight out, so they'll come all the way back now. Well, there should be time for this now.
Alan, can you hear me? Do I have time for the line out?
By the time you ask this question, the answer will be no.
No.
Oh, so really, the Scarlets get away with that a little bit. 8-6, the Zebre lead the visitors. Just the one try to the right winger Bellini. 2 penalties from Dan Jones. So we hope that you will join us again for the second half.
Well yn yr ail hanner, maen nhw'n newydd ddechrau nôl at y tîm sylwebu. Jamie Robinson a Gareth Charles.
Diolch Gareth, ydyn. Yn llythrenol newydd ddechrau. A mae eisiau torchi llewis ar y Scarlets. Maen nhw wedi gwneud un newid yn ystod yr egwyl. Mae Aled Thomas.
Eduardo Padovani adding the extras for the Scarlets. 2 penalties from Dan Jones. And you're listening to Andy Moore.
Move quicker.
And Jonathan Thomas. And JT, scrappy really from the Scarlets, need a little bit more precision.
Yeah, slightly inconsistent in the first half. Scarlets, so much potential as a team off the back of 2 good wins so far. Their confidence should be high. But they probably just, they've made a few too many errors, handling errors, a few silly penalties, as we've mentioned. And they'll be looking, I'm sure the coaches have spoken at half-time, looking at raising the intensity, cutting out the silly errors, the silly penalties, and just playing to a certain degree of intensity and performance that can just blow Zebre away in the second half.
Well, as mentioned earlier, we covered the Blues against the Zebre, and they were pretty good for 20-25 minutes. And it was a severely weakened Zebre side. Several players on loan and on permit. But the Blues tightened their game up, played with pace and precision, and that was the key. And that's what you would look now for the Scarlets to do.
Speaking about Scarlets a lot, but I'll probably have to give Zebre credit in that first half. They've played pretty well, you know. They've made it difficult for Scarlets to break down. They've scrummed quite well. And like you say, they've kicked their points.
Well, there's the change. Gareth Owen
Crouch
is replaced by Thomas.
Bind. Set.
That's a better scrum from the Scarlets. A little bit of go forward, ball at the base, and they're rewarded with a shrill blast on the whistle from Dudley Phillips.
Yeah, we spoke first half. It was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other at quite a number of scrums, but great scrum there from the Scarlets front row, setting their stall out early in the first half. Particularly Rob Evans seemed to go up slightly on his side. And they've gone to the corner, yeah. Dominant scrum, Scarlets going forward, Rob Evans coming round, trying to shear off. That's a good start. They just need to build this pressure now and back it up with a good maul.
Maul! Well, maul is called from the referee.
You see, Scarlets have gone front ball there, and it's the easiest place to defend. Zebre have defended pretty well, but they've
oh, and a good breakaway. Very good without the head guard, but it's still James Davis underneath. And the open side did very well. And I think you were about to say that it's difficult, or it's easier to defend, but the Scarlets did well. They spun off, and that man there opens the try-scoring account for the Scarlets.
Yeah, initially Zebre defend this really well. They take it towards the touchline. The key thing where the Scarlets did really well, they showed patience. They accepted the hit, they went backwards, but then they regrouped, went forward, and then James Davis broke off. Great try from the Scarlets. And this is straight off the training pitch. You know, they'll practice this time and time again. Getting hit, accepting the pressure, staying tight as a group, and then that's where the rewards come, after you accept that initial hit.
Well, he was very prominent in the first half. He did very well there. Good work from the forwards. And it affords Dan Jones the opportunity now. Right side of the pitch for a right footer. It's a good strike, but just drifts past that right hand upright. But a much better and more positive start from the Scarlets, and you have to say I probably started with that scrum.
Yeah, and this is where the Scarlets have to kick on now. Like you say, they've come out after half-time. Scrum penalty, scrum duel, they've scored a try. But it's about maintaining that level of performance now, and it's not about dropping off, going to the intensity of Zebre, maintaining a high level of performance, and just blowing these away.
Stop.
Well, as we saw on that far side in the first half, Cale Van Zyl putting boot to ball.
Let him go.
From the restart, and the Scarlets quite happy to do that. Williams, interested in the call, gets a very good kick from the scrum half, and interested in the call went to him. Rod put us on, asking him to get in front of the other players. Good ball from Padavani, working very well with Dries van Schalkwijk as number 8.
Use it!
Semenzato running out of options, offloads to Mbanda.
No.
And the scrum half again taking responsibility, but it's a charge down. Falls kindly. Berryman, full-back. He was a real live wire in that first half too.
You didn't have it.
So Semenzato again, ball outside, can't kick directly to touch. Michele Suto. Well, in on the side again, it was Dries van Schalkwijk on this occasion.
And that's all about line speed and urgency there. They've obviously spoken about it at half-time. Again, good pressure. There's a real intent here from the Scarlets since they come out second half. The charge down, making life difficult at the breakdown. James Davis heavily involved.
Shot a goal.
Well, just in the foreground then was a shot of number 24. It's not a substitution. It is still George Earl, whereas that is a substitution. That's Ian McKinley. I think that he will be replacing Eduardo Padavani at outside half. Previously of Leinster, now plying his trade in Italy. But it's all about the other 10 at the moment, Dan Jones. The better strike. Clean strike. He knew as soon as he'd hit it, turned, started to run back. And the Scarlets after a couple of good phases of play, after a little bit of pressure, a little bit of intensity, open up a 6-point gap.
They've been faultless in the first 7 minutes of the second half. Moro, I think, they scored the try, they exited well after the try, and they've just created this pressure on Zebre, forcing them into mistakes and giving penalties away.
Stop!
Well, again, Scarlets happy to put the ball downfield. Dion Berryman again, high ball, he'll chase. Ball's gone backwards, James Davis in on it. A little bit quick to blow up there, unless there was another knock-on that we didn't see. I think the Scarlets would have been happy to take that.
I can't.
Max is tied.
Well, Alec Thomas getting involved immediately.
Same goes for you boys as well.
Berryman does well, knocks the ball back. And the try scorer, James Davis, doing what you'd expect of an open side on the floor.
Bind! Set!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Williams waits, he was hoping for Barkley to be able to pick that up to go, but they'll take that. And again, I think they'll look to kick to the corner and just slowly turn in the screw up front.
Yeah, it's all about pressure more, isn't it? Like we spoke about. And again, another great scrum by the Scarlets front row, or the Scarlets pack, rather. And Rob Evans again, he just looks like he's got the bit between his teeth, and he's dominating the Zebre tight head.
Well, Jones, too ambitious. Good scrum again from the Scarlets. Get applause from their scrum half, Rodri Williams.
Good weight from the back five as well. I think as a back rower, Moro back in the day.
What do you know about that?
You always, the front row always get the credit, but as a former flanker, it's all about the back five work as well.
The middle two, you mean? Back rows don't push. Good breakout from the captain, Biaggi. Semazato. Berryman. Very good.
Vantage, knock on.
Born in Hamilton, New Zealand. Spilt it on that occasion. The Scarlets now have an opportunity to attack. They'll pick up from Earl. Now it's with King. They go wide. Tangi Thakibau steps off that left foot sensibly. He's running out of space. Williams. Ball is left. That's Earl clearing out. It's there again for the scrum half. Jones delays the pass. Shingler right to tackle but offloads. Thomas. Oh, very good turnover from, I think that's the hook out of Apache. Little sniping kick through. Oh, good foot race there. He's done very well, Costello.
Surely that was a knock-on.
You'd have thought so. Oh. Adley Parks looking round for support. There was no one there. I suppose you have to say that there was a panic, didn't quite force him to kick, which could have produced the charge down.
It was an outstanding turnover by Zebre, but
1, 3, 4.
nice little chip through. Great wheels by the winger. I personally felt that was a knock-on, but referee saw it differently. And good pressure here by Zebre.
He's gone, yeah.
Well, Ian McKinley, the outside half, replacement outside half,
He's on
showing
his way, yeah.
very quick feet.
Wait now, wait.
I think what was good from that sort of block there from Zebre was the defence. Scarlets going through the phases, but they just got hit back every single time, and that's what created the pressure and led to the turnover.
Apiche, they come to the front. That's good play. Very, very good. Sato, I think that is, who's come on.
One stop!
That's Correa.
No advantage, you've broken away. So no advantage here. Side.
Well, he's saying that Tom Price come in from the side.
Because he disengaged at the back. Okay.
But he also, they couldn't play on because they'd, I think Old-fashioned parlance, that's truck and trailer, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Through the middle.
Come away, they've got the ball in hand, they've come away.
Zebre very fortunate there that there was a play coming from the side because they broke away. They just got detached and then went back into contact. But the indiscipline of the Scarlets gives them a second chance at it.
Well, I think the Scarlets has a raft of changes, which we'll sort of catch up as we go. Aled Davis there coming on for Williams at scrum half. Strange place to change your scrum half, especially when you're under pressure. Zebre.
There's 2 5-metre lineouts now that they've missed, which could be crucial in this game.
Ball is there.
Oh, pick up and gone through the middle.
No hands.
Oh, it's spilt over the line. It looked to be, I think it's Giuseppe Di Stefano. Well, confirmation that Suto has been replaced by Jacopo Sato, but it was the other replacement, Giuseppe Di Stefano, who you felt was pretty much over the line, but he just spilt it. Well, and also a change. There's the drop ball. Didn't need to go to the TMO for that. Dear me.
No. First half we had little issues in the scrum. Okay. Already in the second half.
Kirby Myhill is off the bench as well. He'll replace Emma Phillips. I don't know. I'm just old. It just seems to be an awful lot of changes in one go. Does that disrupt your performance? Given where they are on the pitch as well, they're under pressure from Zebre, and you make a raft of changes.
Okay.
I think it comes back to the point we made first half. It's clearly very humid.
Maintain your discipline.
And the Scarlets players, you can just see physically, they do look fatigued. It looks very hot there. And it's obviously something that the coaching staff have sensed, that they just need to inject a bit of fresh legs out there.
Preferably not. Crouch!
Well, again, tackles, nothing in it whatsoever.
No, we're already engaged, okay? Now,
Missed
for me,
tackles.
both of you are doing that, okay? That's why there's no sanction. Respect the gap, okay?
You just sense more of this is a crucial part of the game. It's 14-8 to the Scarlets. Zebre have had a couple of chances. They missed the line out from the penalty, the knock on there, and they'll want to come away from this opportunity with points. If they don't, it could be a turning point in the match.
I know you obviously always want to get on when you're sat on the bench, but it's a tough place to come on for a scrum half. Difficult place to get out of town.
Put it in and you have it presented, it goes in.
And there we are. Under more pressure then, Aled Davis, just been told by the referee Phillips, when you present the ball, get it in. I'll just tell you, Mr. Phillips, that if you're stood there as a scrum half and your hooker hasn't asked for the ball to come in, I think you listen to your hooker. He's the one who's more likely to give you a hiding in training next week.
Crouch.
Not a bad 9 to bring on, Moro.
Not at all.
Davis, what a great young player.
Set.
Well, that's solid. And that's what you want when you are 5 meters from your line. Hold it there. Well, confidence of the Scarlets there. Ball was at the feet of Barkley. They didn't ever really look like going backwards at all. And that's a huge turnaround, I think. And I think you were right, that this was a crucial play. Well, that's Stephen Shingler who's come on. There's 2 Shinglers. I don't know, is that a list?
I think the Scarlets forwards coach will be really happy with the way they've approached the second half, line out and scrum. Completely dominated so far.
Oh, a good step from Kim Van Zyl. Wing has done exceptionally well. It was a pretty good kick from Aled Davis. Plenty of height on it.
7 move.
Hit into the middle. Davis makes the tackle. Now a little bit width from the Zebre. On the outside, Costello. And finds support. Oh, it's dropped by Semenzato, the scrum half. Now, can the Scarlets take advantage of this and go wide? Myhill is there.
Knock on, white, scrum red.
But there's handling errors. 8 from the Zebre, just through the Scarlets, and it was very good play from Tommaso Costello. Great feet from the centre.
Yeah, but that all came from Taji Thakibar. It looks like he pulled up with a hamstring, didn't it? And it just allowed that space to open up.
Can I speak to him?
Please do. Anything to help.
Well, this was a run from Kale Van Zyl.
John.
Another South African born in Johannesburg.
As I said to them,
Clean pair of heels after a good step.
No issues in the scrum. All of a sudden, second half.
Another handling error, this time
so far,
Fabio Semenzato, the scrum half, and that is most unlike him.
Discipline and obligations. Just, no, but I would have yes, but if they change the pictures, yeah, of course. Yeah, okay. All right. Time on.
Again, good refereeing, using the downtime.
Stay straight. Stay straight. Stay there, okay? Stay there.
Mark's here.
Stay there, right?
Al.
Oh, interesting, you can just pick up the call coming in. A little bit of tempo now.
They're saying the right things, aren't they? I think we can pick up on the ref's mic. The Scarlets players all afternoon, they've talked well, the communication's good. They know what they're wanting and trying to achieve. Speaking about tempo and intensity. But it's just backing that up with actions now.
Stop. 7.
Davis finds Shingler. Shingler, first kick, not quite long enough. It's Berryman just happy to push the ball downfield. Flatter kick into the 22. Semenzato puts boot to ball, good kick chase. And that's 30 or 40 metres gained by the Scarlets. And as you said earlier on, it is all about the kick chase, putting the receiver under pressure. In that instance, it was Fabio Semenzato. Nothing that the scrum half could do. Couldn't put it any further because of the 2 chasers. And 30 metres gained, simple play.
Time off.
It's a big 20 minutes for Shingler, isn't it? Because he hasn't played much part so far this season, Steve Shingler. Really talented player. So he'll be wanting to really impress Pivak and the coaching staff.
Are you wearing 1?
Well, they went into this weekend top of the pile, top of the Guinness PRO12. Zebre are sat in 12th.
You're not a winger. 11.
As it stands, they're 6th, but another win. I think they'll be 4 from 4, and you can't argue with that for the start.
I just feel more the Scarlets are a good team. They're a good rugby team. They've got great wins so far. Glasgow away, Ulster home, 2 good wins under their belt. But I just feel they've probably not played the game at the right intensity levels. They've played the game at the pace of Zebre, and so just allowed a contest. You know, I think Scarlets are such a good rugby team. They just need to. There's 20 minutes to go. We've spoken earlier about playing the game in a certain way, forcing Zebre to make tackles. We see a penalty here, but this is a crucial point in the game, because the last thing that Scarlets would want is to go and have 2 good victories early on in the season and then go and blow it away in Zebre. So again, this is a crucial kick now.
The line out wasn't over. My mistake. Yeah.
Just moving Shingler because it was an offence at the line out, so anything that comes from there means that the penalty or free kick is moved to the 15-metre line, makes it a slightly easier kick for Shingler. Although there are no easy kicks. So move just past the hour mark. An opportunity for the Scarlets just to open up a little bit of daylight. Oh, he just pulled that a little bit. First kick.
7.
Actually scored 177 points in the league competition. Just the one try. Well, that is Maxine and Band there. And he's been replaced by Filippo Cristiano. Deeper ball, Davis finds Shingler. Across the pitch, a bit of space on that far side, look to offload.
He's good, he was a tackler!
Barkley on the floor. Referee just happy. Berryman. Patiketti steps back inside. Swallowed up by Shingler. Good pick through the middle from the captain, Biaggi. Semenzato, flat ball. The other second row, what a, I have to say, very, very good play from Tommaso Dapice. And the hooker was just unable to continue that movement. But again, danger signs are there for Scarlets. Zebre certainly still looking to chip away at that lead.
Really good interplay here from Zebre. And it's just, I think, the ankle tap there by Shingler.
In fairness.
Great work by Shingler. But you're right, Mauro, you mentioned the point. I think they're emotional creatures, sometimes the Italians, and if you leave them within a score, they can sometimes smell blood. And this is where it's important for the Scarlets here now, just to build territory and possession and get another score to take them out of sight, because they wouldn't want to be going into the last 10 minutes of the game with Zebre within a score.
Oh, well, Tommaso Dapice was distraught at that after showing great manual dexterity to take that inside ball. He's played very, very well. Kirby Myhel just having a little bit of attention.
Put a bit, hang on, whoa. Just put a bit of Vaz on it, okay?
It's only a bit of blood. Referee said, just put a little bit of Vaz on it.
Okay.
Berryman, he's a Kiwi.
Knock on White, scrum.
Not gonna matter. Knock on White, scrum down, Scarlet's ball. Lovely blind side to work with. Scrum has been steady enough second half that there is a platform. A good opportunity for Aled Davis on as a replacement for Rodri Williams.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Solid enough again. Not dynamic, but enough to protect the ball. Shingler just toe pokes it over the top into space. Berryman comes across, makes a little bit of a mess of it, but it's gone backwards. Just forced to hack the ball upfield. Very, very good kick. Good return, sensible kick. Over the head of Dries van Schalkwijk, the number 8 covering across.
He's kicked well since he's come on, Shingler, hasn't he?
No.
He's just looked composed, and
Now it is.
he's probably just the right fit at the right time, what the Scarlets needed in this game.
And that is a very, very well judged kick. Sensible kick. I mean,
he's in?
In theory, just let
Take a step,
Zebre win
Hooker.
the ball, clear the lines.
Yes.
Not going to get an awful lot further than their own 22 with a bit of pressure.
Frustrates me there, Mauro, when teams don't get up. Almost gave Zebre a free throw there. Just need to get up and compete and put pressure on.
Oh, it's a little bit of a loose ball. I think that's Van Zyl comes in off his wing to clear up. Oh, here's an opportunity. Look at Davis as a scrum half, as you'd expect, chasing the ball there, looking to see if there's an opportunity to go quickly. Shingler just seeing what's in front of him.
Shot.
Then common sense prevails. But you're right, a little bit of pressure at that line out just makes it difficult. They just make them work for that ball, work for the possession. As we saw then, the three-quarter line right up in the face, forced a poor pass. Kale Van Zyl came off his wing, holding on the floor. Penalty, and one that you would fully expect Shingler to convert. which he does. And as you said, just a little bit of daylight now for the Scarlets, for them to kick on and just to stop Zebre hanging on to their coattails. It's Scarlets 17, Zebre 8.
Left to right.
Uno, cambio, uno.
Deep ball fielded by Alan Davis. His kick brought back to the Scarlets line by Berryman. Little dink over the top from McKinley. And it's James Davis doing the clearing up. Shingler of the Aaron variety takes it on. Davis again. Runners are coming now. A little bit of confidence about the Scarlets now. But it's that man, Tommaso Dapice, almost had his hands on the ball. Cristiano makes the tackle in unison with Jacopo Scarto. Shingler again, using the space. High ball, should be taken fairly easily by outside half Ian McKinley. Who has the head protection and looks like goggles. I think that was got injured playing for Leinster, I understand. And as a consequence, that's the protection that he has to wear.
Certainly looks the part, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Or not, maybe.
Well, there's been a yellow card.
Give or take. I'm not doing it.
I think the numbers might be a little bit stray here on there. I think that is Bruno Postiglione. Either way, it'll be the second time that the Zebre have been down to 14. Dries van Schalkwijk took his card in the first half, his third card in 3 games. But for the Scarlets, it gives Shingler an opportunity to hit the 20-point mark. Simple as you like. Another clean strike. 20 points to 8. And now, 13 minutes left. 1-man advantage. You would now expect the Scarlets to kick on.
Yeah, we spoke first half, Maura, didn't we, about the Scarlets needing to show improved discipline levels. And that's one thing they have done second half. They've been really disciplined. They've executed their game plan well, and it's Zebre that have turned into the ones that have conceded the penalties, and looks like this game's slipping away from them.
Yeah, a little mistake from the restart. We've spoken about that so many times. Seems to be the Achilles heel at times with the Welsh regions, not dealing with the restart, letting the opposition straight back in when really should be turning the screw. They talk about exit strategies, putting the pressure back on the team that has just conceded, and yet that mistake allows Zebre back in. So because Postiglione has gone to the bin, there has to be a change, so they're a prop short.
Okay. Please do.
So I think that's Lovotti who comes back on. I think that was Johan Meyer.
No, my ball. Crouch. Bind. Set. Start here.
Oh, no. Call that one.
I thought the Scarlets were unlucky there. They looked like
I'm not happy. We'll go again.
the Zebre collapsed that. They were certainly the dominant scrum, Scarlets.
Come in here a little bit.
They've just buckled.
My limited knowledge there, I would say that that's Lovotti has buckled under the
pressure, without a doubt. Yeah.
Angles. Okay.
Must be the first scrum.
So both sides, I want you going straighter. No. Don't shrug the shoulders.
That's Biaggi there, the captain.
You're working harder to go straight, okay? Okay?
You can't fault Dudley Phillips, the referee in this game.
Good, thank you. Delighted to hear that.
He's talked constantly. He's just speaking to the front rows there about his expectations. He wants them to go straighter and not turn out and not go around the corner and scrum at the angle. But that's all you want as a player, is that feedback.
Matteo Pratichetti again on the side of the scrum. Just coming for an expert here.
Bind!
And the difficulty there is he's important there, because that ball can come out on his side, no strike at all.
Good scrum.
Oh, very good. Semenzato at the blind side, chooses to put the ball through on his foot. And it's good covering from his opposite number, Ali Davis. Number 9 did very well, recognised the danger. Sensible kick from Semenzato, gained 15-20 metres and possession. Just 5 metres out now from the Scarlets line, and you feel if Zebre are going to do anything, this is the moment.
Yeah, you're right, and they've been twice in the game where they've been 5 metres out and they've lost line of ball twice.
We'll wait till he's on.
They'll be hoping for better execution here.
Hang on, whoa.
Good game from Rob Evans. He's scrummaged really well. He's obviously been involved with the Welsh squad during the summer, and what a great young player he is.
5 man! 5 man!
Well, not mistaken. That's Phil John coming on to replace him.
9 white! 9 white! Drop!
184 league games he's played. Van Schalkwijk at the back.
Vantage.
That's now with a captain, supported by Jacopo Sato.
Early pull down here.
Well, I think he's spot on. Barkley, look, asking the question. Good captaincy that. Asking the question of Dudley Phillips, which then stops Zebre taking it quickly.
You're right.
Yeah, it's a fine line.
Just to annoy the pants off me there.
Okay. No, to be fair.
The best way to stop them all is at source, and as a player, you've got to tread that line carefully. Barkley trying to get it down, just went a fraction early.
5 man. Drop!
Well, in the old days, you had to tread carefully because it was a good old-fashioned leather slipper. That's the captain. Biaggi takes it. Support comes in, playing advantage again. Scarlets have to be very, very careful now. Dudley Phillips not averse to using the yellow card. Semenzato digging for the ball. It's not going to be able to get that out. Oh, I don't like that. Referee can do his job. Semenzato just making the international sign language for give him a card. Number 24, that would be George Earl.
24, you turn around? Turn around, please.
He's got the number, no one will turn around.
Pulling it down.
Be interesting to see this again. He's done it for pulling it down, but
way too early.
It seems like their policy, the Scarlets' policy, is to sack. Now, if you're sacking them all, you've got to do it immediately. You can't allow the maul to set up and then sack. So it'll be interesting to see the footage again. Here we go. Oh no.
So you understand on those shortened lineouts, you must be the 10 metres, and if it's a clean catch, you can't come in. Okay. Until I pull my hand down. So can I call you? Yeah, can I come? And you'll get a yes or no.
George Hill, he's in fact, he hasn't even sacked the jumper, which is illegal, and that does deserve to be yellow. He's just sacked one of the support guys. He's just taken out the back lifter.
I think that's Tom Price.
Sack. On the line, fellas.
Either way, there's a card offence there, and I think that Phillips has got it right again.
Yeah, and it's slightly naive there by. That's something that would really frustrate a coach, you know, watching.
Take a step. Take a step.
I'm sure Pivot will have something to say about that on Monday morning.
Good ball again from Zebre. This is better. Now they've set it. Someone in the middle of that, sacrificing themselves. Full weight comes in now. Costello comes in from the backs. But great counter drive.
He's gone to ground himself.
Jacopo Sato asking the referee about that. He said, nope, he's gone to ground himself. No. Very, very good defence from the Scarlets. Up against it and come away with a turnover.
Heroic defence from the Scarlets. They tried to sack initially again, which was brave after the yellow card. They failed with the sack, and then he feared for the Scarlets because They started getting some momentum, Zebre, but then they had that second wave of attack that just smashed them to the ground, and really, really good defence. Here you can see it, they're going forward, they're in a good body positions.
He has slipped, didn't
he just slipped,
Just slipped. I have to say, I'm not sure that Tommaso Castello, who's come in from the centre, I'm not sure that he overly helped.
You're dead right there, Mauro. Sometimes your own plays can hinder more than help. They don't know exactly what body positions they should be in or who they should be binding on. If they just come in and smash you, it can sometimes buckle you and take you to ground.
Well, Tony Olati has come on at 9 for Semenzato.
Shingler up in the second row. He's played him many times before, so shouldn't be too much of a problem for him.
Little shove from Tony Olati on his opposite number, Davis. Oh, touch there, so Scarlets will regain possession, I think. Or did it come off? No, it couldn't have come off a Scarlet player.
Pushing that, okay?
Well, a little bit scrappy. Davis goes back to Shingler. Shingler, good charge down by, or attempted charge down by Dries van Schalkwijk. Davis. Puts it downfield. Now Berryman inside. Little switch with Berryman. Kiwi fullback steps. Move is still going. Lovely inside ball. Jacopo Sato now continues the move. Drive comes forward. Tony Olati offloads to Di Stefano. Clear out from Cristiano. With Berryman tries to get the ball round the back. Boot the ball from the Scarlets downfield into space.
No.
That's McKinley. And the outside half is immediately engulfed by Jack Condy. In the side though,
retreat.
They've gone. Scrum off, Tony Olati picks the ball up, finds Berryman. Now on this near side, little dink over the top then from Cale Van Zyl into space. It could be a foot race. Well played, Aaron Shingler. Fantastic covering.
Stay up.
Down and up in one movement.
Use it!
Uses the call. Davis has to do that.
No.
And Davis gets the ball downfield, but importantly not off the pitch. McKinley inside. Step in run from Matteo Bellini, scored in the first half. He finds Castello to Cristiano. Over on the far side, unfortunately for Zebre, didn't have a flyer. They had Di Stefano. Lungs will be burning at this stage, and the call is hoof it as far as you can downfield. Van Zyl can't get away from the first tackle from Williams. Berryman tackled again by Williams. Back up onto his feet. Pratiketi plays 9. Still going, I think that's McKinley. Places the ball back. Pick and go through the middle. Tony Olati to Biaggi, the captain. Oh, and as he saw the space, it's gone forward. I have to say, Phil John, not an awful lot interested in taking that forward. Now is a little bit of space. That's Ali Thomas. Has support. James Davis already got one try. Lovely offload from the flanker. Good hands, but it's just gone forward. Great play from Davis. And that was a scintillating 4 or 5 minutes of play, and the lungs, JT, will be burning.
Yeah, the Scarlets players could be proud of themselves there. Man in the sin bin, they had to endure a number of phases from Zebre. They defended well. Aaron Shingler, their corner flagging, great work. Their line speed has been good. And then they turned defence into attack. Just unlucky not for the ball to go to hand, but you're right. You mentioned it earlier, Mauro. It was a crucial part of the game with a man in the bin. And the Scarlets have risen to the occasion, and their defence has been really good during that period.
Number 12.
James Davis is just, word for him, he's been everywhere, hasn't he?
Oh, he's been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Modern plays these days with GPS monitors, which measures the amount of meters you make, the contacts you hit, and how hard you work. And his just must be through the roof. It must be top of the tree every week for all the players.
Well, you could see him offload there.
White ball was a forward pass, yeah.
And as a former Wales Sevens captain, you could see that coming in, that skill set coming into play on that occasion. Just unfortunate for the Scarlets, couldn't quite get it over the line. Just confirmation there. Zebre back up to 15, so Johan Meyer comes back on the blind side. PRO12 goes back to the bench.
Bind! Set!
So you would have to say probably the result not in doubt now. It's just how the Scarlets can finish off. Kinley looks for the little return ball, doesn't get it. Set up the ruck. Tony Alati looking for that ball, it's there. Eventually goes to outside half for Kinley. Berryman, little show and go, well tackled. That was Parks. Into space, has that gone straight out? Yes, it has. And the Scarlets will breathe a sigh of relief again.
3 from 3, Moro. The Scarlets got to be happy with this. It's more of a smash and grab than anything. You wouldn't say that they've played particularly well, but at least they've done the job. Second half, they've been much improved.
Thank you.
Oh, and he's been a handful, hasn't he, Berryman? You see the work then, Hadley Parks.
Yeah, I think Zebre have made it difficult for the Scarlets as well. You know, you have to give them credit. They've worked hard. They've put a lot of pressure on in defensive breakdowns.
One stop.
And it can be a tricky place to go sometimes. We mentioned the heat, the humidity.
Well, the call is use it or lose it, and it's good work. Off the back of that, instigated by Aled Davis, who's at the bottom of that. Off his knees, he passes, finds Phil John. Won't look to go from there. John sets up the ruck.
Yeah, just playing for time now, aren't they?
Davis again, finds Shingler. King, wide ball again, lovely ball out to that man. Davis. Well, I think he's actually playing on the wing now, replacing Tangi Thakibau, who went off. You were right, spotted that he did pull up. Little comment came earlier from James Davis, the referee, talking about the winger. He said, not a winger. There he is again.
Okay.
Good fend. And then it's Berryman, finishes him off.
Keep going.
Well, last throw of the dice for Zebre.
Ball is there. Tackle away.
Tackles flying in now. Oh, lovely little offload. And again, unfortunately, Tony Alati couldn't get it. Now it's an opportunity for the Scarlets. John offloads.
Thank you.
Condi, Davis, Shingler, Myhill. Wrapped up Bacoria. Scarlets still go well into overtime now. Little bit of width. Working it out on that far side. Back inside then.
Tackle away, 23.
To Aled Thomas.
Good.
Phil John rides the tackle, places it back. Penalty to Zebre. They'll only go from this. No other option. Julio Toniolati arrives.
Bring him back, yeah, send him back.
Asked the ref for an extra 10 metres, and he just said, no, just come back. So, scrum half taps to himself, goes. Scarlets defenders come up in midfield. Just going through the phases now. Johan Meyer, the blind side. Tony Olati. Dries van Schalkwijk chips into space. Straight out. That'll be it. Zebre still haven't managed to beat the Scarlets. Scarlets take the spoils, 20 points to 8. Try from open side, James Davis. 3 penalties from Dan Jones, 2 from Shingler against a Bellini try and a Padavani penalty. So from JT and myself, it's Scarlets 20, Zebre 8. Thank you very much for listening.